intro.
Broke boy, nigga, you's a broke boy.
I'm pretty sure we established this.
Here we go again.
What's up, y'all? Free Game back with another episode. VZ, fuck we got going on.
Let's talk about some shit. What was y'all favorite movies growing up? Movies, TV shows. What y'all watch growing up?
Meteor Man.
TV show? Ooh, that's my shit.
Who? Meteor Man?
Yeah.
That was good. That was
really
You know,
good.
I think my favorite movie growing up was Little Giants.
That's what's up. I fuck with
That was a
Little
good
Giants.
ass movie.
I like Little Rascals.
Little Rascals.
Little Rascals was fire.
Well, what age are we talking about?
I would say like between.
No, that's a good question though.
Like younger than 14, 15. So you weren't like old, like high school old.
So
But, like,
my favorite, and still is to this day, is Three Ninjas.
Hey, I fuck with Dragon Tales.
It's Three Ninjas, and then right before I got to high school, it was Hardball. That shit just hit me. Like I felt like I was in the movie.
Why do you feel like that?
Because I feel like it represented me like so well.
You
Like
play baseball?
yeah. I was shortstop and second base.
I didn't know that.
You can see the ball.
Yeah. I could see when I was younger.
I was saying his
Whole
eye
nother
worked. His eye worked back then. His eye
Oh,
worked
you
back
wasn't blind back then?
No.
Oh.
Fuck face.
So speaking of representation, you mentioned. What'd you mention? I forgot. It was
Little Giants.
Little Giants. No, because I said Little Rascals. I said Little Rascals, and I was like, I know it ain't Little Rascals. So what the fuck is it? Yeah, nah, Little Giants.
Shout out to Little Giants because I was a Little Giant.
Why was that
as
your
well.
favorite movie?
Yeah, Aaron, what was your favorite movie?
I don't know, actually.
Yeah, and there was white
I
people
just
in there.
remember it was white people in Hardball.
It was definitely-
He was the fucking coach.
Exactly.
It was everybody was working for the white man. But anyway,
That's what you relate to. I'm gonna just sit here.
I don't even know if that was really my favorite, but I just remember watching that a lot, like
Something
on
stuck out.
VHS. Yeah.
what's up? You have anything? Any shows?
He said Dragon Tales.
Oh yeah.
I fuck with Dragon Tales. It's all about diversity in there.
You're absolutely right. Was there any black people in Little Giants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little
Who's the
boy,
boy?
who couldn't really play.
Oh, the hands. Yeah, I remember. That's right. Yeah, I forgot about him. I was gonna say the Little Rascals. There's only one little black kid in there too.
Was that
Now I think about
intentional?
it.
Not really. My actual favorite movie when I was a kid, I honestly don't even know what the fuck it would be.
TV show?
Like something like I was always looking forward
Yeah.
to. Static Shock.
Good show.
Oh, I did
was
like
good.
that.
Static Shock. Definitely. That and Pokemon.
Pokemon.
That was my ones.
Power Rangers.
I'm a Power Ranger fanatic.
Nobody said Fresh Prince, which is surprising. Was that older? Was that?
Yeah, but you
that
said
came out in like
14.
90s though. But that was early 90s though.
It
Yeah,
was,
but we were a
but
lot younger.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, as kids, it wasn't as much
As kids,
of a
we
focus.
wasn't looking for, Fresh Prince about to come
Yeah,
on.
no.
We didn't get that until we was older.
And I was sensitive.
No, I was watching it. for sure.
Because I remember because it would come on after it was Nick and Night and it was like Wonder Years or some shit and what's the one with the Fonz?
Happy Days.
Happy Days, yeah. And I knew once Happy Days when our Fresh Prince was coming on, but after that it was some other shit that I didn't want to watch. But it was only Fresh Prince I was really looking
I
forward
Dream
to.
of Genie.
It might have been. It was some white.
Nobody
shit.
fuck with Doug.
Gilligan's Island.
I love Doug.
Doug was my shit. I
Anything
started
on
watching it.
Rugrats back then was it.
A lot of the ones we mentioned, besides Hardball, it was like a token black character.
Why you gotta throw my shit out
No,
there?
because
Oh,
yours had a predominantly black cast with the white savior there.
Yeah.
All the other shows, it was like predominantly white for the most part. With like,
And then they have no
A
white saviors
sprinkle.
in theirs.
no, they were all white. There's no white savior when the cast is all white.
Right.
It's
White
just a
people can
sprinkle of
save
that.
white people.
They can, but it's usually the black person that does it. Green Mile, that nigga John Coffey, JC, Jesus Christ.
That book is
I ain't
really
even gonna-
good. It's a really good read.
I ain't even gonna go there. So did you feel like you were represented in the shows you watched growing up?
Didn't think about it.
Like,
Yes.
now that I think about it, or back then?
Now that you think about it.
Oh, no.
That's what I figured. You don't realize how much you don't see yourself until you get
Yeah.
older and look back like, damn, there wasn't no black like people on the shit I was watching. How you feel about that?
Fine.
It don't bother me.
Like,
Does it bother you thinking about it for the future?
yes.
Not really, no. I've never been like big on race. Y'all already know that because
They
I
don't
grew
know.
up so like diverse. So everything that I saw, like, I didn't really count like, oh, there's this many white people, this many black people, this many other whatever. It was just I see enough that looks like there's different people. So it was like, yeah. It wasn't an all-white cast. Stuff like that, I typically actually didn't watch. Like the Brady Bunch, I didn't watch.
Oh, I watched that.
You know, shows like that. So yeah. But I mean, it's TV. I don't
even think I really like thought about or like looked at race. One, because when I went to school, like it was only black people, so I didn't like that was all that I seen. And then when my mom put me out of the hood school and I went up in the hills, I was like, okay.
Did you get treated different when you went up to the hills?
No, because it was already a few black people there. But yeah, it was only a few of us from the hood.
Mine was a little bit different. So,
Texas?
no, out here.
Sacramento?
No, not that one. So when I was in San Francisco, no, my dad bused me to San Bruno, and I was literally one of, I want to say 10 black kids out of 1,000. And like I paid no attention to race either. Like I wasn't racist, but it was just a thing of like, kind of like Aaron, I just was always around black people. Yeah. And then when they, kind of like when they said the number, it made something click in my mind. Like, why is it a big deal that I'm one of 10? I still didn't have, I guess like I didn't understand the reason, like why it was so important to people, like why they had to have a BSU. Cause I just was like, what's the big deal? I didn't know that it was a big deal. And then now that I'm older, I'm like, oh shit. It was, I mean, of course, every year it grew and grew and grew and grew. But like, I didn't know I needed to feel some type of way. Which I don't think I still don't know if I should feel some type of way. I just think the world is hella sensitive right now.
I just, when mine
Like,
it wasn't that it was like a big, well, it was a big difference. But like, the difference was like, the school I was at, it was like, you go home, I mean, you go to school, you be in class, you do your work. But then when I got moved to the school in the hills, it was like, oh, we have multicultural week. And we have a snack recess that we provide all the snacks for you during recess. And you know, get breakfast and lunch and dinner and go to adventure time after school. And I was like, we had
That's true.
Where I just came from, we didn't have that.
All my shit was always diverse, always.
Junior and senior year of high school, I moved out to Roseville or Sac.
Oh
shit!
Yeah. Were you like the token black boy?
Very, very much so.
Yeah.
I believe there was 25 black kids in our graduating class, maybe less. Thinking back to it now, it was probably more overtly racist than I realized back then. I used to get called, or people ask if I was related to E40. If I knew, because I look like this, like I look like I could be related to E40
I mean,
with my glasses. I know.
I mean, that's like
people
kind of true.
People ask if I was selling like weed or pills, like like all the time.
Okay, yeah.
People was always thinking I was.
See, I didn't get that because it was elementary school still.
I never got it. I got it like just like randomly on the street when I was a little bit older, because I look like a nigga.
Well, yeah, and that didn't help my case because I was damn near every day hoodied out, like black hoodie, I didn't really talk to nobody. So it made sense that that's what they thought, but it's also why did they think that? Like, why do you just assume this black kid wearing a hoodie selling drugs?
I actually had the opposite effect. I got fear.
That's another thing.
And I was like really short. Well, I'm not really that tall right now, but I'm like a really nice person, but like people perceived me as being like, oh, he's gonna kick my ass, like get out the way. And I was kind of like the opposite. Like I would be like, I never liked bully. The perception of me being from the hood made people be like, Yeah, get out of his way. He's really gonna do something to you.
That's the thing.
Like
natural fear of black people.
Yeah, like so.
Have you ever been?
Well, it don't exist anymore.
Not everywhere, but
they real bold.
It depends. Say you at like a movie theater or something, right? And you see your friends, you go hop in front of them in front of the line. You, me, like we walk up together. Nobody's gonna say shit. No, nobody's gonna question us at all. They might think about it. They be like. Nah, it ain't worth it. But let it be like some little white kid or white girl, something like that. Somebody else that looks less threatening, or what they perceive as threatening. They probably say something, stick up like, "Excuse me, lines back here," something, whatever.
We should test that out.
Just start walking, just stand in front of motherfuckers.
No, I mean like literally like have a like
a case study, like a case study.
Shut up, bitch! I'm cutting.
And then like if it get too much, like we're just doing a study, like
yeah. I feel like we were our generation had like this little bubble to where we were just enough removed from like segregation and where they was like niggas was really like worse off. And right before the internet popped off to where you could see all the racism that was still out there, we were like in this little hub to where it wasn't like really affected like our parents was, or our grandparents was, or like the new generation is, who they seeing like people get shot on the internet like every other day. Like, yeah, I feel like we were blessed in a sense, like more or less, to not be under that stigma. What?
Internet changed a lot.
Definitely.
It's funny you mention that because my first year of college in Texas, there was a KKK march in downtown Austin in Texas. And me being from California, I literally thought like I was going back into the history books. Because like, you know, out here it's like I just feel like you would not see no shit like that downtown. Mm-hmm. And so like, it was like our orientation, and the school had like 2,000, like 1,500 kids there, and they're like, the school was on lockdown. And when they told me the reason why the school was on lockdown, I just remember feeling like I really felt like back, like time travel, like what? And then I went from like what to angry, because I felt like, who the fuck do y'all think y'all are? Like, we not running anymore. And like, I'm trying to tie it to media, but it's like,
don't worry about that.
It went, for me, it went back to, you know, I say like I don't like watching those type of movies and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I felt like it triggers something in me, but that's why I say I don't watch those type of movies, because I don't want to be that person that's always triggered with anger. Because I felt like if I had watched something before, then it would have made me react different. I think the fact that I didn't watch nothing in the media, it made me have a more rational thought. Like, yeah, I could be angry, but I can also think.
It wasn't like a lot of movies when you was growing up and there was KKK coming out of Hollywood.
You said there wasn't?
Nah.
I mean,
mid-90s
Roots
to
and
2000s,
shit. Like,
that was before. Mid-90s to 2000s, there's not a lot of KKK presence in Hollywood. Not that you're gonna be shown, especially at a young age. Like, nobody's
I'm saying, like,
showing you.
Just like growing up though, like, now I don't like to see myself in the mainstream, but like, I don't really tie myself to media.
Is that because you're not accurately represented?
I don't know.
When you start to see black people
for
in
me,
bigger roles,
I would say yes for me.
Wait, what?
Not that I'm not represented, but that my perception isn't represented.
Yes.
In the media.
Yes.
The way I view the world is not represented. So a lot of things I don't relate to because I haven't seen or I haven't experienced. You know, other people kind of they go through different things. For me, it's not relatable. I can't relate as much to discrimination. Okay. I haven't.
Because you haven't witnessed it, right?
Yeah, I've had moments, of course, but not in a significant way.
Did you see Fruitvale Station? Mm-hmm. Did you feel some type of way about that?
Well,
hell yeah.
He's from Oakland.
Exactly.
Multiple,
But even like, not even being from Oakland, from the Bay Area, going to the city on BART, like that's a normal.
I feel like it hit different for him because that's home.
Yeah, but I may not relate to it on the same personal level, but I can definitely still feel that, like, when we go past Fruitvale Station on BART, I'll be really sitting there looking like, damn, like it was right there. Like that shit is crazy to me.
It hit me like on multiple like levels. One, yes, that being home, like being happening in Oakland, being from Oakland. Two, it being a young black man around my age. Actually, I think he was like the same age.
Same age,
same age, and then it like had the way, like the time that it happened, like that literally could have been any one of us going to the city.
I feel like we did like the year before with KJ.
During
that was after. It was
during New Year's. What, pretty much every damn year almost.
It's like a tradition.
So like when it happened, I think when it first happened, I was just like, was I on BART when this shit happened? Like, you know?
Oh yeah, it's so normal.
And then seeing the movie, I watched it with my mom, and like my mom was just like in tears, and I was just like, I don't think then at that point I wasn't as like conscious as I am now, but because I was just like, why are you crying? Even though I knew why she was crying, and she was just like,
because she knew that could have been.
He's like, that could have been you.
Yeah. So does seeing like the way Hollywood has shifted and the way media has shifted in the past couple of years, does seeing more black people just out in movies, TV shows, running shit, like does that make you feel like a sense of pride or make you feel a certain type of way or anything?
Yep.
Yeah, I was ecstatic with Black Panther. Like
I was gonna get to that. That was like I think
that was a shifting point. Like
I feel like I feel like there are some big roles that are important, but I also still feel like the roles are very limited.
I would say so.
And you're still in a black stereotype.
Yeah.
So like there's more.
That I'm not sure.
But I feel like a lot of them are still it's a black stereotype. As far as who the character is.
Is it a stereotype or is it like the true portrayal? Because sometimes the stereotypes are accurate. Like, there are some accurate stereotypes.
I mean, yes, but I just mean in the sense of a lot of black actors aren't going to play the same role a white actor would be in.
Like what?
Say something like...
Mission Impossible.
So-so. But something like Wolf of Wall Street, like this...
But that was based on a true story. And investment firms where...
but I wouldn't really see a black role being this huge stockbroker building up like that.
That's not real. It hasn't happened.
Well, yeah.
That's another thing, though.
What?
People got a problem with accuracy, and they view it as sometimes racism. Like, for example, like, if it never happened, then you cannot be mad that you didn't get nobody to portray it. You get what I'm saying? It's like...
No, it's like that's true.
It's like it
at the same
it
time.
It wasn't about your time. It didn't happen.
Yeah, but Hollywood also has a way of making shit up. What was the movie? The Egypt movie where they did with Gerard Butler was the star?
The Prince of Persia?
No, not Prince of Persia. No, it was Gods of Egypt or some shit, but it was like an all-white cast based in Egypt.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that.
And I was just about to say, like you're saying, like it hasn't happened, but I mean, do you really know? Like, there's a lot of black people who have done things that are not shown.
And I understand that.
And that's what I mean, where they'll show a white person that did it and not a black person.
But I'm sorry, I'll come from the artist standpoint. Like, we do, I just think sometimes, not all the time, sometimes we jump the gun because we also have to consider script writing, like, budgeting, like all these things to get these things out.
Before that, so I'll put it this way: how many black people played a president before a black person became president?
I think like 2 or 3,
but very limited.
Yeah, because it hadn't happened.
Yeah,
like how people got mad that what's her name got cast as Ariel. Haley. Like. It's a fictional fucking character.
Also, how long did it take before we had a prominent black superhero? There was Meteor Man.
Y'all didn't like Meteor Man.
Like a big name.
Our biggest one came from Blade, but that wasn't even like a hero. He was an anti-hero.
Nah, mine's Up in the Way.
That was good too. That was a fire. Static Shock was good.
It wasn't until recently that there's a black princess.
Tiana.
And there has not been another one.
Not saying shit.
I mean, they did make Cinderella black.
I think
that was on BET. Like,
No,
They're
that was
slowly
on BT.
starting.
That was Brandy. That was on.
Yeah, wasn't it on BT?
No, she was on.
that was
It got replayed
No,
on
it was
Was it
Disney
in
Channel.
theaters?
But no,
I think
it didn't.
originally
No, it
was
was. I
aired
think
on like
And that
CBS
shit
or
wasn't
something.
in
ABC.
It was ABC.
ABC.
And it
First
wasn't
of
in
all, it didn't make no
theaters?
goddamn
It
sense
wasn't.
because the
wasn't.
daddy was white and the mama was black. It was just
No, the daddy was.
Oh, was he
no,
Asian?
wait. The daddy was white. The mama was black. The
And the
son was
son was
Chinese.
Yeah, it was just a lot going on.
Yeah, so that don't even count.
No, it
She was
count.
still black. Cinderella was still
black.
black.
Princess.
Cinderella was still
The
black.
whole plot was fucked.
It was all
Yeah.
fucked up, but
The whole
still.
plot was
They did a lot of
They
reaching.
tried.
They did a lot of reaching. They had to bring it back.
I think they're slowly starting to try to correct for years of only being white people or like majority of white people.
I think what I honestly think is that I think black people are capable of anything. I think they I'm gonna be really honest, I think they seen the numbers. They now understand how much buying power we have. So that's what's driving them.
They're not correcting anything.
Yeah, they're not correcting shit.
They're adjusting their market.
They're seeing, oh shit, this is an untapped market base. If they can make their own movie and gross 1.however many billion, we gotta tap into this goddamn money. Now, where the problem lies is we as a community are not saying, fuck you. We're not bringing our scripts to Warner Brothers or Fox. We're bringing our scripts to our own people and then using our own buying power. I think that's the problem. So the problem is we as people are not
United.
united, in my personal opinion. I don't feel like we're united. That's number one. Number two, we don't know how to work together. We're always in competition with each
That's
other.
the same problem,
I mean,
essentially.
but it's like that whole
We also don't have.
We're united,
the-
but we're also combating each other.
and
We
it's-
also
it's
don't have
really,
the capital that these other, those Warner Brothers, all those people, they have the capital from years, generational
but-
wealth.
I mean, but I feel like we got
take the
capital.
easy
We
way out.
ain't looking for the people.
We
we got billionaires.
out. If this person has the money to let me do what I need to do, I'm gonna use them.
And I also think
Versus
like
coming together.
for
to
me,
do
like
them.
not necessary. I don't. A lot of times I don't look at it like, oh, I'm about to go see this movie because I'm supporting Disney. Oh, I'm gonna see this movie because she's in it, and I want her, him or her to be her name to be up there. So I want them. You know what I'm saying? I want this movie
Like,
to grow.
Oh yeah, I'm basically
Best man. Oh,
Used to
he's
say-
right. Oh yeah.
I'm voting for everybody black.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't care what role or who funded it. Like, oh, it's a black person in this, so this how you gonna eat.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm gonna help you eat.
If it don't look good,
Yeah.
I ain't saying that
Yeah.
shit.
She is like it.
I mean, I draw the line at some
Yeah.
point.
I mean,
at some point, yeah.
At some point,
At
bro,
some
just
point,
like,
It's like
I'm cool, fam.
it's like
I'm cool.
you try to give that like a new black restaurant open, and you be like, I'm gonna go try it, and then you try it once, and it's like, oh, this wasn't really that good.
That chicken is
But
not
then you
fire.
be like, okay, I'm gonna give it one more time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
so he was saying
That's a really good
that
point. I just forgot it.
you were saying that you haven't seen or you haven't seen any black people in roles of like the whatchamacallit,
Like mainstream, right?
President?
not with like the Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, yeah,
Investment
yeah, yeah.
banker, that type of shit.
There's roles that's meant for white people that black people typically probably won't have.
But they haven't
Just
told
out
those
there,
same
yeah.
stories about black people.
No, yeah.
That the one for a longest time.
That Turner one was tough.
That's a slave movie.
I mean,
The longest time,
it's good.
I still to this day I don't watch slave movies.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't.
Because like something like Harry Potter,
Mhm.
you won't see a black movie like that. It's a
Not now, but in the
a
future.
majority black cast
But-
doing magic.
In the future, yes.
Well,
now,
okay, maybe, yeah.
But now,
But
no.
that would be what I mean. That would be
Yeah.
a better example of what I mean.
Gotcha.
But we
That's
don't
something-
believe in magic.
But at the same time,
But it doesn't
there-
matter. It's a story.
But I'm
it's
saying,
a movie's for entertainment.
Okay.
If you did see it, you would probably want to go watch it.
but I get what you're saying. But for me, the problem is when you're talking about representation, it's stuff that if you do that, we won't go support it because I feel like the churches would shut it down, especially like coming from the South. I'm just using your Harry Potter for an example. we want representation. So if you did something like that on the mainstream, a lot of the big churches and organizations, I feel like will shut it down because black people are so grounded in religion that they don't want to see magic on the screen. Although you probably a fucking genius idea, and once again, an untapped market base. Like, I feel like that people would not support it.
Not people.
Black people.
You said specifically church
Black
people.
Church people. Yes, church people.
That's a completely different world. That's a completely different. Because there was churches already up in arms against just Harry Potter itself.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel like I was using that as an example. I just feel like there is things that may get tried, but there is things that I feel like we as a people, again, we shut it down.
Yeah, but I mean that kind of just supports what I'm saying, though.
Why is it that we shut down these?
It's a story.
These ideas where black people are shown in prominent roles. How come there hasn't been any movies made about the black people that were kings in Africa? We have history, lots of history.
Coming to America.
Running. One movie.
Okay.
One movie in the past, what?
Another black king.
Couple hundred years.
Couple
hundred years. Lion King.
But
he was black.
But it's like, I don't know. I feel like we're educated, so like I feel like we really know why they ain't doing it. It's because they don't want us to have power. White people have been afraid of us for generations. We got some allies. How y'all doing, folks?
Relax.
I'm just saying though, because like
it's okay.
It's a trigger.
Because
it's a trigger.
Don't mind him.
They have been afraid of us for ever.
No, fuck that shit.
Like
these niggas got me fucked up.
From the time y'all came and stole us from the fucking boat where we were kings and queens.
They're not here.
Kings and queens, not no motherfucking slaves. Nigga, we were fucking kings and queens. Be very fucking clear.
Shit.
And you came over there and got us and told us to start farming for you? And you asking why? Because the motherfuckers is scared. They don't ever want to see us in power because we fucking magical.
I mean, he's not.
You don't want to give nobody no fucking magic.
I think we
can. You imagine that shit? Can you imagine that shit? If I came over here and was like, you know what, I'm gonna give you power, and you black, that's why the fuck you don't see it.
I got power. What you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. You being black is fucking power.
He's not.
Period. That's why anywhere you walk, people are fucking. You infuriate people. I'm just saying.
Listen.
I got a question.